Ituru, Ituru. Yes, yes, yes. You always what? To sing? Don't you sing? Mm. I don't know. It's like if you channel a good one, like ancestral spirit, they'll make you sing. But it's like a song that they used to sing. And then you like start humming. Maybe, you're like, you're in the kitchen because it usually happens. And notice it always happens in the kitchen, right? Oh, Shun, tell me if I'm lying. It happens usually in the kitchen. I don't know why, but always in the kitchen, right? And then you're cooking, and all of a sudden you start humming. Happens to me sometimes. I'm like, why am I humming this song? Like, wait, maybe some old Negro spiritual. It's like, you're stirring and, cutting up some veggies or whatever. Songs about the world. Duppy. Pelele. But yeah, oh wait, let me.
You know what it is, man. It's your boy Shako for the State of Excite in the building, man. Rocho, what's up? I got you, man.
Luckily, yeah. But you don't do that. You don't do that. It's not right that you do that because work in the kitchen at all. It don't work.
Oh, okay. But you can hear me now, right? Or
Yeah. It's just certain parts of the front room doesn't do what it's supposed to do. That's why it keeps messing up my builds. If you don't notice, it messed up a few of my builds. I had to edit some of the stuff out.
yeah. You gotta get the Wi-Fi booster.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to my daughter. She's like, "No, Mama, oh, they're fixing it." I'm like, "Oh, but I think I would need it because when I do the other thing with the peoples, you need a strong Wi-Fi. You can't be bouncing in and out of that. It doesn't look good."
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Oh, you talking about Beanie Man? I was listening to Beanie Man today. Funny enough, I was listening to Free. I was listening to Beanie Man dancing in my front room. I was enjoying it. But now, as soon as it's 10 o'clock, the blinking jumbies have me there singing their tunes. Like, they keep doing this to me, They wait till real late at night and then they want to play. And it's like, now you want to play?
But how do you know it's a spirit, a zombie?
Oh, well, because I have the actual deity in the house anyway. They're here. So what happens is, right, they will remember I used to do Reiki, right? So I'll get like songs will come into the head. It could be from when I was younger. It could be like anything, and because I feel I don't really call myself in tune. I don't call myself in tune. I just think I'm kind of switched on in a certain way. So is where I'll start kind really hard in my head. Then I have to sing it out real loud. I sing it out. I swear my neighbors think I'm crackers, but I sing it out real loud. And then after that, and then once like, and then right, because like I said, remember I was saying to you there was a void. I said to my daughter, "What the heck? I said, "What's going on?" I said, "What's going on?" She said, "What do you mean, Mum?" I said, I just felt like like a portal was open for a bit. It was open for about an hour in the house, like about an hour or less than an hour. Then it closed, and I said, "Oh, okay." Oh, okay. So I'm walking. I came out my kitchen. I was standing near my sink because I burn a lot of incense. I burn a lot of oud and all that stuff in it. I'm really quite incense addict. Put it that way. Yeah. Then I was washing. Yansa is always on my windowsill. Yamia sits on my windowsill, and her songs comes to me a lot sometimes. Spontaneous. It's like spontaneous, like really spontaneous. Or so I end up singing to them. Like I literally end up singing to them because I used to play them a lot, but because of the internet is not really behaving properly now. Like come Saturday, it's like a party night in here with them. I'll be dancing with them. I'll be drinking with them. I'll be dancing. I wear the colours. Sometimes the colours will come forward. Like today was purple because like I was listening to Purple Rain the whole today. So it was a purple day because I normally wear grey, green, red, and purple. And the other day I bought my white dress. And that white dress that don't fit, that I'm kind of upset about right now.
Right.
I'm upset. I normally wear a white headscarf most times. I was wearing grey, but like I want to wear a dress. I literally want to wear a dress. Not because it's summer. So I got my white dress. I bought an extra small because I thought I was small. I thought I was small because I am very small in the ground. I'm petite, innit? I'm very petite. I'm quite slim. So put on this dress. I couldn't fit into it. I'm very upset. I'm very upset. So I was meant to take it to the dry cleaners to adjust it, but I keep forgetting to take it with me. Hopefully this week I'll take it with me and I'll adjust it. It just needs an extra panel, I think, in the back. They have to take the zip off and then put an extra panel in the back, and then I'll be sorted. So when they have the street party, hopefully I'm gonna take a picture or video or something of it. But I did take one of it before. So I'll be wearing my whites because I just feel like wearing white for everywhere and being kind of
Man, I got 4 white dresses, 2 very long, but for the beach, man, I can't wait.
Yeah. Yeah. So I get very. I'm more. I get drawn, or walking, there'll be loads of pigeons and stuff, and 3, 4, 5 of them sometimes flying in front of me, and I'm like, oh, hold on, what's going on? And then I get all that. So I'm one of those walk out of my gate barefoot. Give me half the chance. I was looking like a mad woman. And my children will tell me, oh, don't do that. So I was to fix the garden a certain way at one point, but then I wasn't able to. So I'm like, okay, I don't know how this is gonna go. But they normally I think Plus when I was cutting the tree, I got kind of happy with the saw. I was playing with the saw, like playing with it, literally playing with it, tapping it on my leg, and I swear the people the white man ran off the pavement. He saw me and was like, nope. So I could be by nature. And I was wearing green that day. So I just felt like going out and cutting this tree. It was bugging me so much. And I kept looking at it. I was like, no, this tree got to go. So I got my son's saw in it nicely. I think I must have looked good at. I think because I'm quite a small woman with this saw, and then I was tapping the saw on my trainer on my leg, like yay. So yeah, and there's like this little memorial thing that I go past as well sometimes. So as I'm walking, I would look, and I swear I do see stuff. I swear I do, but it's like, but I know I can see it if I really put myself in that place. I will see it. Sometimes because I dim down sometimes I dim it down a bit, innit? Or I'll be out somewhere and the sky would change. It would just change. It just changes. So
have you ever walked on like just past a street light and it starts flickering?
Yeah, that's the time me and the Baron had a little bit of a meeting on. We had a little bit of a meeting. Yes, Baron really decided to say to with me that night, I think. But so there is a memorial, little small church not too far from me with a little, right, you know, those small, they're not graveyards, but it's like memorial looking. So I reckon because it was there's 3 crossroads or 2 crossroads in this place here, and the Baron that night decided to come out and say, you know, you need to throw 3 pence. So I did, and yeah, and the light is kind of different, but people believe it unless you're from that, people won't believe it. They think it's weird. Like I said, even that cloak pen. Thank you, whoever sent him. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. He didn't get me. It's fine. He didn't get me. He just came and looked, and then he went. So, you know, you're wasting your time because you see me playing with talking about graveyards and chromancy and all that. But you forget one thing. When you're playing with them things, do you not think that those things ain't gonna come and play with you? Okay.
Right.
See, I understand it because I'm right. Because I said I don't do subjects unless told to do them. So, you know, don't get twisted. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go play with them, go play with them. Right. Good luck to you. Go play with them. Could drag you, right? Because I already put out a message, right? The do was done, right? And they said that how when you go play with things that don't concern you, they're gonna drag you as well. So go ahead, see, go ahead. Okay.
We got Mr. Damn, wait a minute, Dr. Surname. Dr. Surname.
Hey, let's play, but don't drag me.
I'm not dragging nobody. I'm just saying, like, you know, there was a whole effort came to where I'm at. They
Hey,
sent
look here. I'll swim across the whole Atlantic right now. Whatever seaport, whatever beach. Just come rescue. Let's get it.
Wait, oh.
Hey, I didn't mean to come and disturb the energy.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay.
I left it silent then it was
No,
just
it's
silent.
okay. No, it's okay.
No, I was reading the the chat. My bad.
No. Okay, it's okay. I just feel that person is. I think they understand exactly what I'm talking about. because those things come and they take you, right? But it didn't take me because they obviously know who I am or whatever, or my lineage or whatever it is. So
what's that lineage, huh? What's the lineage? We all royalty, huh?
Yeah, there's that too. But you know, there are wise women walking amongst. They don't look a certain way. They don't. Some of them don't wear crystals. Some people don't look a certain way. But at the end of the day, go play, yeah, go play. Because when one of those entities take your ass, right, or whatever, or they don't leave your house, or they don't want to leave your
Whoa,
house.
whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, okay, okay. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Whoa,
whoa,
whoa, whoa,
whoa,
whoa,
whoa, whoa, whoa. What you talking about? Them spirits like Calgon, take me away. So that was literally a spirit. So they was advertising the spirit. So what you talking about? Them spirits, right? Yeah, you clean them out, and then if you get caught lacking, they gonna come back 70 times 7, right?
And worse.
That's what you talking about, girl.
Yes.
Those are spiritually transmitted diseases. Oh, see, and they
You
transmit by the air. Huh?
no, 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 no,
You sure?
no,
What you talking about physically? Oh, that's another
no,
manner. But
no, no, no. They sent a whole cloaked man to my house. He was cloaked up like those old time looking. How can I describe him? He's
like
like a
like the Grim Reaper or something.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
He was cloaked up. He was stood near my front room door for about a second, and then he went. He didn't even look up.
Mm.
this a
So
real being? It's sorry, this a real being or this paranormal? I mean, what is this?
there's no such thing as paranormal because people can call on things that they're not supposed to call on things without research and
Summoning, right?
summons. Yeah,
Seance, right?
yeah.
Seance.
Not
Okay.
seance. They can summons. All right.
Summons like in courts, the same thing, right? Summons
Yeah,
to
yeah,
appear.
yeah.
Okay, let's
Summons
get
to
it.
appear. So, so someone summons something and said something here, right? But this has been done before because I've had Reiki distance from America from come to me. So these things happen, but you don't send stuff that you don't understand. Luckily, I understand what's going on.
Okay, okay, whoa. Hold on. Do you believe your surname is not the average? You know what I'm saying? Is it possible? Like I heard you saying that it's something in your lineage. So
Hmm.
your surname probably linked to something with high nobility. I'm gonna say
Hmm.
that, and I'm gonna shut up. Let's get it, huh?
Yeah. Well. I come from interesting women, like I've always said. So I've always explained them who they are. Um, and I'm not wishing no one bad. I was Baron. I'm gonna call you Baron. I'm not wishing them bad. I'm just saying that how right they shouldn't do that. I mean, it's not a sign. They came and they went. Luckily, yeah. But you don't do that. You don't do that. It's not. It's not. It's not right that you do that because um right they can literally take a person from this world and take them to the next world. You don't know.
Okay,
Like
so whoa, hold up. So, do you know Brandy? You know
Brand,
Brandy, the singing, the
yeah,
okay. You know that one song, man. You saying this, and then I'm just thinking because you know she was in a like Disney Enchanted type thing.
yeah. He tried to interrupt our build. Yes, everybody. But anyway, you'll see how easy this is all sorted. Yeah. So just carry on watching. It just gets interesting because like we don't argue on that, and because I'm not an arguing person, but the information that I was speaking about was very important, and he came and interrupt our build. So like, but you'll see anyway.
Thing with Whitney Houston, but this is one of her songs. You remember, sitting up in my room, thinking about you. I don't know why that came to mind, but damn, this is powerful, man. Let's get it. Hey, this is Copper Tone, the 10-4. Not the, but not the, but the. Let's get it, huh?
Yeah, well, you know.
But I
Well,
feel like when
yeah,
you
go
say,
on.
when you say or mention names, surnames, it's like it's not in the title, it's not in the name, because you know anybody can take on a name or a title or a surname. It's the blood.
Yeah, okay. But now, see, people gonna think like that if there's offerings and not really, you don't know thyself and really tied to that, trying to put that shadow work in on that blood work type shit. So, and surname. So I get it. See, I think over here, I can only speak for we are here from America. We bitch like Reynolds. Huh?
Mm.
Ain't tied to this shit like this because we don't know thyself collectively. So I get it. That's a powerful statement, sis.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's like because yeah, yeah. Because when she's mentioning, you know, that she knows where she comes from, a blood like a bloodline of important or goddesses.
Okay. So sorry, sis. Okay, like brother got
Mm,
Baron. Hey, that is tied to nobility. So my
mm,
last name, I don't want to give it out right now, but that's kind of tied to like legalese, Portuguese type shit. So that Baron, that's a powerful name. That is tied to the what? Some say the bar association is the Baron or academy. I mean, it's tied to legalese, the bar association.
mm,
Baron, let's get it.
mm,
That's a legal law name, legalese name, legally.
mm,
Mm-hmm.
I think you've gone off the subject of what I'm talking about completely. So that's why I'm not answering
I'm sorry.
because
See that. I'm sorry. See.
you
This is a
turn.
woman's thing. I won't
No,
understand.
it's not a woman's thing because men are into it too. So
So whoa. So I'm gonna try to get us back there. So what you saying that men have a stronger intuition than women? Let's did that steer us back to point or close to it?
no, I think
no, yeah.
um women have a stronger intuition because we're all about feelings, right? The men, they think with their mind. They feel with their mind, but we feel with our heart.
So what you're saying that the mind is are both of these soulful or physical? Because you laugh with with the mind. So is it a different type of mind? Is it a physical mind, sis?
Mm, what do you mean physical?
Yeah, exactly. What are you
Physical
trying to imply? What are you saying?
flesh. Is the mind what you talking about? Is it brain matter or it manifests into power? That is a compound word, willpower. Let's get it.
Mhm. But yeah, no, Ocean, you can continue.
I got on
Should
the
I?
ball, boy. I got on the
Because I
ball,
think
boy. I see that. I see that,
no,
boy.
'cause
Hey,
no, because I'm thinking
I'm
we're going
sorry, baby girl.
completely
Let's
off
get it.
subject and off the thingy what I'm talking about because like that's what I'm feeling right now, and I'm thinking, should I carry on talking or am I wasting my? I mean,
Kick me off. Hey, I'm
I
sorry.
know,
I get that.
I
I
know,
get that,
I
bro.
know,
I'm gone.
I know.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because like, yeah, makes no sense. You just come and disturb the whole thing. It makes no sense. It doesn't. It's like I was talking about something of importance because I don't want people to get things twisted. Because people do stuff and they don't research stuff, they don't know stuff, or they see something and then they jump on it, and then the food's ready, and then after that they go and they do things that is not aligned with them. And there is a lot of women who is in tune, yes, and there's women who are not in tune, or men who's not in tune. So I'll throw it both ways then, okay? But at the same time, right, you don't go around sending stuff to people, right? Because that same thing will come back to you, because it needs something to go back with. So if you're playing with the thing and then it comes back to you and it goes and it takes you back with it. Now, if you watch Drag Me to Hell, that's a very good example. I think it's Drag Me to Hell. Is it Drag Me to Hell? It's one of those ones, yeah? When you call on things like that will take you to another dimension. And even if you don't believe in it, that's why I put out the Odu reading the other day, because it is important. Whether you are part of the practice or not of the practice, it all deals with the same people, because we all come from one yoke or the other. So if you're doing certain things, like me, I don't do certain things because I know what comes behind it. I've seen people who end up real bad, you know what I mean, in bad ways, and not just aging alone. So you have to understand certain stuff. You can't come on with an ignorant head. You have to understand what have your children. It might not happen to you, then it goes to your children, then it goes to your children's children. It's continuous. So you have to what you're doing and what is that. That's why I don't delve in a lot of stuff. I mean, I can do a heck of a lot of stuff too. I if I really put my mind to it, but I won't do it because I know what comes with it. And I have young ones, and I'm not gonna give them blight just to get to your ass, because your karma comes to you one way or the other. Just because it doesn't come now, it doesn't mean to say it ain't gonna come. So that's basically what I'm saying. The cloaked figure, fair enough, I understand about Santa Muerte and everything else. So that's fine. But he just came and he stood for a second and he went. He didn't even stay for that long. I mean, I could have asked him questions if I wanted to, but there was no point. Right? He had his head bowed down, looking like one of those hooded priest-looking things. So, you know, if you want to play like that, go ahead. Because you see me doing builds on necromancy and whatever else, and you think, okay, let me just go bug that one. Right? My mum's all the way in Jamaica, and she don't play. Okay, so you'll be playing with two major problems. Okay. So, you know, many things have passed through this house and they don't stay for long. And somebody who's a messenger that comes and tells me stuff, I don't see it, someone will tell me. So you best just stop while the going's good, because like you don't know where my root, you don't know where I come from. You know I'm Trinidadian and Bajan, but that's all you know. Okay. So you can go play and do what you're doing. Yeah, because you see Ocean. Because Ocean, she is gentle and she's loving, but at the same time, she can be very different. She can hurt you as well. She can deal with you in certain ways. But that's not for me to do. That's not for me to do. She will do it herself. Because you're interfering with me and I'm not doing you that. Okay? So we just thought that we put a nice little PSA. Don't come to Ocean's channel if you don't like me, you don't like my vibes. It's fine. I'm not gonna get beaten up by that. There's others who's into that and they're whatever. And you see, I'm more about family and peoples and stuff like that. Oh, it's funny enough you do that. You know, I bought a whole load of Florida water today. I bought 2 bottles. It's crazy. It's crazy. So there's something in the water, I guess.
But no, Baron, she's not talking about you.
I'm not talking.
He's talking to whoever sent the Grim Reaper, or you know, that hoodie, that man, that hooded man. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's okay, you know. But I don't know why Couple Tones coming and doing that. He needs to not do that sometimes, because like people could be building something important, and even if you're not into spirituality, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like no one's forcing you to listen. Like even I put out a PSA when I put out The Woman. I said I'm not converting nobody. It's not about converting. It's not to do conversion.
No.
It's about
No, because like spirituality, it's just personal. You just gotta experience it for yourself to be able to grasp it. Because I might, you know, I can explain my experience, I can tell you about it, how I felt, or blah blah blah. But unless you yourself undergo it, like have a spiritual experience with self,
yeah,
and yeah. Mhm.
yeah. And shadow work is not to be. It's a whole different. It can have you in tears. You can break down totally. You go through a whole metamorphosis. It's nothing. It's not like a buzz. I mean, people use it as a buzzword. It's not a buzzword. Shadow work. Even Aladdin said it. And it came out of Aladdin's mouth. He said it's not. It's not. It's something that you go through and you come out whole different, and you'll be crying, you'll be in tears, you'll be going through the motions, you know what I mean? And it's a progressive thing. It's an everyday thing. It's not just now, okay, yeah, come on, I say blah, 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 blah. No. Oh yeah, yes, I do know about the Baron. I do know who he is. I don't even want to play with him neither. I can never play with him. He's not even him. No. I like huh?
Because it's like you can compare him to, or I think it's one and the same kind of, just another different name, as Papa Legba.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. But you know, even Oya stands right. Even Oya does is to do with the cemetery as well. She have nymphs, so you cannot really, if you don't know them, if you're not in of that house or whatever, you have to be part of a house. If you're not part of a house or something,
Yeah.
even if you're not even a complete devotee, but you have to be part of the house. So you have to know. That's why I was glad when Amma put out about the Look at Me. When I saw it, I was like, yeah. And I knew exactly where you got it from too. And I was like, I was like, yes, Amma, yes, Amma, I see you, because I play the music all the time. I literally play the music all the time. You can go any part of my videos. I play the music and I use a certain tone as well. There's everything has a tone and a megahertz or a gigahertz or whatever. Like Amma has her gigahertz and her tone when she goes into her zone. So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you have to know the people. Just because I don't be on here teaching, because I've already taught somebody already. My mentor, she already spoke. She spoke. I don't need to say nothing. So, like, mentorship is open, but I'm not putting it out until I've tweaked myself and be able to do it properly. So, if you want to learn. If you don't want to learn, right? Because I don't like. Not everything is done on YouTube. YouTube is not the place to say certain things and do certain things. Yeah.
Ugh. Had to turn out the fan because I was getting hot flashes. Man, I'm old. But so he's asking, okay, like Apuku, Ampuku, or I compare Ampu with Anubis, you know, the Egypt deity. Um, yeah, you can, yeah, because Ampu is like, at the same time, it's a hard for all other deities. Like he's a healer too, but he's also a messenger. He's the one that tells, especially the women, when like say your man is cheating. Nobody has to tell you. You know, because Ampuku is the one who tells you in your dream. Right? Let me see. Okay, you're studying.
Oh, you're studying the barrel now. Okay.
You laugh. See, he's laughing. He knows. He knows. He know. You don't gotta see. You don't know. Like we don't have to smell no perfume on your whatever. No, we just know.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, you just know, innit? You know. You know.
So he's like they say he like Papa Elegba, and yeah, because he's almost the same as Ampu or Ampuku. He's kind of a trickster because the story goes in the African pantheon, it goes that when Mama Isa, or the mother goddess, was giving out powers to all the other to her children, she had sent Eligba to the so he wasn't home when she was giving away powers to her children. And then when he came home, she had given away all her powers, or all powers, to all his siblings. And he got mad. He's like, wait, what about me? I want powers too. And she's like, well, my child, since you're the youngest, I'm gonna give you a little bit of everything, from all your brothers and sisters. I'm gonna give you, because they were 8, like the Agdad, they say, right? So he got a little bit of everything. He can speak every language from all his, from all the different deities, quote unquote. And he knows he has all their superpowers combined in one. So when he wants, he can turn into Ampu. When he wants, he can turn into Kromanti, Kumanti. When he wants, he can turn in, so he's like a shapeshifter. But at the same time, because he knows all the languages of all the gods, he's the gatekeeper too. So when you do a ritual, he or she is the first one that you have to call on, because he or she opens the gate to the spirit realm. Mhm. And that's why they how do you say that, they portray him, one of his attributes, it's a, how do you say it, a broom, because he clears out the path for you, he or she. Kanta si Apuko. That's right. Oh, dang it. I think that Sean, your signal.
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Oh yeah. That's true. Yep. The men get their dream too when his wife is cheating, and he has a female Apuku. Yeah, she'll tell him. Yep. But I wrote it down, so I'm gonna make a clip just on Byron Samedi, or do you want to do that, Oshun?
I got a video of him already, but you can put one up. I got a video of him already. I think Mama Bridget is his partner. She she and him make sure that the zombies and all that doesn't come back up to the surface. And he has brothers and stuff of the lower, or they call them the lowers. I'm sure Nagajini would agree, because they have their followers. They wear purple, and he's very quite a feisty and rude god. rude deity naturally by nature. He cusses and he cusses and he shouts. He's very loud and boisterous deity. So if you can't control him or whatever, he will control you or whatever, however it goes. You have to know your onions with him. Only his devotees know how to deal with him. And you have to go Haiti for that. Haiti specialize in that because they have realized zombies that they keep in they keep imprisoned. Realized zombies. They don't play over there. They are really from the peoples I'm following quite deep with the thing. I would not want to play for Haitian. That way. I would not want to play for Haitian. They're quite interesting people on a whole, but when it comes to that side of things,
Not all of them, you know, because don't
no, not all of them.
Yeah, because only the one that do the, you know.
Yeah.
Most of them are Christian anyway. You know?
Yeah, they are Christian and Muslim. Yeah, like the Nigerians as well. Good with the juju, very good. They know their onions. And some, I'm not putting all Nigerians into the same basket because, like you said, they had to have other religions over there as well. But they know their onions. They are not to be played with. Whereas the white cloth are the most. They are very. I can't explain. They're very disciplined, put it that way, and especially when they know a whole heap of high science, they are something else to reckon with. Because once that root on ya, there's no shifting that one. You have to go to a very good partner to get rid of that.
I think Baron Samedi, or you know, he's from it's a Haitian deed, but yeah, it's like he got his name from voodoo.
Yeah.
Because in Africa, what's it called in Africa? I think Elegbara, Eshu Elegbara.
Yeah, that's a trickster.
Yep.
Yeah. It's an Arumala is it's a divine energy. So he's the one who sent there's a story of Obatala. Obatala was sent out to create bodies and create stuff, and Obatala happened to get drunk along the way. So Obatala was making misformed bodies. He made misformed bodies because he got drunk. So in the end, it was left to Arumala to come down and finish creating the humans because he was making missing arms, missing legs, missing this, missing that, and that's why children of Obatala, they look after disabled children. Like, doesn't matter how bad the child look, whether there's something wrong with their legs, their arms, whatever. Obatala, he is the creator. He is the white cloth, the god of white cloth. Anytime you see certain ones with white cloth or certain stuff on them, then you can tell which deity they're aligned with. Some of them, the lukumi is more telling because they wear their colors. Like the Nigerians are not so telling because they will dress normal, unless they wear their beads around their neck with their names on it or whatever. Because some of them can be chief of the Ogungun. The Ogungun is the ancestors. So when people's dissing ancestors, you better know what you're doing along the way too, because the Ogungun don't play, whether it is African, hoodoo, whatever, they don't play. So like the other day I saw a YouTube and she was showing a oppressor putting on a Ogungun, the masquerade. And the Nigerians was cut up about it, and they said that the ancestors wouldn't be pleased with that because he literally took the mickey out of the Ogungun, and because when they do the masquerade, They don't allow the masqueraders to touch them. There's one where he sits on fire and he doesn't get burned. There's ones where the things spin. When you open it up, you can't see what's spinning inside of it. It just spins by itself. And the handlers will walk along beside it. So as much as people dissing what they don't understand, because even the Africans, they took some of their stuff to various places to the West, i.e. America, England, whatever. That's why we wherever the priest and priestess is, they can do their festivals or whatever. So you have to be very open-minded.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, I was going to write it in the chat, but let me say it because Kantasi is South American spirit. Yeah, but they also pronounce it as Akantasi, and Akan, that's a tribe in Africa. Akan, like it, but it was Wakan, Wakanda. So Wakan, Akan, Akantasi, but we say Kantasi. We leave out the A. So yeah, the Akantasi, it came with the slaves, to Suriname. But it's a jungle spirit. Like it's something, that's the only thing I think the Akantasi and it's a coincidence. Dang it, wait a minute. He's like, nope. No. That's a coincidence. I don't know. Because, Baro, I feel like the I feel you, South America. Because, how do you say that? Because of there's many cultures, there are many cultures, in Suriname. So everybody brought their own spirituality, and now it's a whole mixture. Because we say Ingi. Ingi means Indian, like not from India, but from America. Those Native American, quote unquote, indigenous. We call them Ingi in Suriname, right? So, but they're intertwined with, how do you say, black, quote unquote, black people's spirituality. Because they claimed that they were already there on the soil when the ships came, the white men came with the slaves, right? So the ones that fled into the wood and were never slaves, they called Maroons, Maroon people now, they got help from the Aboriginal people that were already on the soil. And they, got mixed with them, had children, the ones that we call Dogla, with the curly hair. So they both got in, it's a whole, course. That's what like the Watrabarinya, how do you say that? Yeah, Watrabarinya, or the mermaid spirit, the ocean. And we call it Watra Ingi also, Watra Ingi, but it's a spirit, it's a deity from the water, an element, or something like that. Man, it's I don't know how to explain it, but
It's deep, but it's deep trying to explain it, isn't it? That's like one time I was down here. There's a place in England called Brighton, and one time I went on a trip with these women because I was in a women's group, and when my daughter was in the buggy, and I stood on the side because it's quite rocky on that particular beach, and I am not gonna lie, I swear I did see a mermaid. I don't know, but apparently I was told there is mermaids in England and stuff, and imps and all this stuff over here. It's just that it all depends on where you go. And and Baron, the reason why the Nigerians or the Africans do not talk about, so sometimes they don't talk about African spirituality. It all depends on who you come into contact with, because they are the ones who go to the church and still go to the Babalawo behind closed doors. They do it because when I was on Bigo, I connected with a water priestess, and she was so she used to speak Yoruba, and this is why I like the Yorubas. To be honest with you, when the Yorubas, when they start talking in their language, it carries such power. I mean, it's the same with the Cubans as well, right? When they talk in their language, it is just like, wow. She was giving people little small antidotes on Bigo. Now, to look at her now, right, the first thing you notice is her cowrie shells in her hair and all that. Then she had a serpent in her shrine area and her dove and whatever. And when it was the festival, she went out and she was telling the people, okay, right, you send this to me. What I can't remember what it is, and I'll do, certain stuff or whatever. I'll go to the deity. She was literally an Oshun priestess, literally, and she was on Bigo. I was like quite shocked. There's quite a few of them that's on there. Some of them came across a shapeshifter on Bigo. Literally, she was a shapeshifter. Now, where I didn't go on as Oshun Yemi, I changed my name, but it kept. Sometimes that name as well was pulling certain people to me. So the shapeshifter, the lady, started cursing, and you can feel her vibes from the scream. As she's talking, right? Like how Shrek wife look.
Right.
She started, and it's a black woman. Her face literally started shifting, started changing as I'm looking at her. She was a pretty woman, but her face changed in the scream. So I tell you, right, I see some things, honestly. Even I don't like to see them sometimes because you'll see and you'll feel it. And I think my first daughter is the same. You see and you feel it, you hear and everything. So there's people on Bigo who talks on certain stuff like hoodoo, voodoo, whatever. But the priestess I got drawn to, she was really quite nice. The only problem I had with her, I think, was that when she was given the antidote or whatever she was doing to some, they had to give her a lot of beans and a lot of this and a lot of that and a lot of this. I'm not saying don't do it. Obviously, she has a reason why she's on Bigo, because Bigo, you make money. But she was so gifted. She was very gifted woman, very gifted. She gave a lot of antidotes and a lot of help to a lot of people on Bigo, and some of them are like that. Then I follow this guy on Facebook. He's a young man. He runs a whole shrine in some part of America. He's like of Latin and Nigerian descent. Now he brought over 2 Nigerian priestess. Now as she's singing to Oshun, she's literally going into trance. She had to run out of the shrine. Literally, you see her run out of the shrine. Now you can tell she's an Oshun one from once again the cowrie shells, where her hair set and certain stuff, because there's a lot of Americans who is becoming priestesses, but what they're doing when they become the priestesses, they start mimicking the hairstyle, and the hairstyle carries the ranking of the priestess and how old she is, and you have the novices and you have the whatever. So the people alone. So that's why I don't cuss the Yorubas. I don't cuss the Nigerians. The only thing I'm vexed with them for is that they have a power on their land, right? And they celebrate it every single year. They do the same things every year. They celebrate all of the stuff, all the festivals. But it's like they either get I don't know, too far gone on Christianity. They're trying to take it out, but they show it on their movies and everything. So it's like a fight against the Christianities, and they call them ritualists. That's how they call them. So it's a scary time to be in. But even the Oshun River was almost poisoned. It was poisoned just a couple months ago. They had to try and clean it up. So there's a further of things going on. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm giving a speech. I'm not giving a speech, right? Basically, I'm just saying.
No,
I'm trying not to give a speech here. I'm just warning you, basically. Okay, just warning. It's a warning, basically. Right? You have to really know and feel. Hi, Epic. You have to really know and feel it. Like I feel it. I know who I am. Right? I know. And once you know, and I know genealogy ain't telling me shit. All right. I know. So that's why people shouldn't insult other people, because you don't know where they come from. Like if you look further down on my videos, you'll see this. I show my spiritual Baptist roots. I'm quite proud of my spiritual Baptist roots.
Yes.
I'm very proud of it. To be honest, this side of me, the other side of me, is just a confirmation of how great the I don't know. I'm not going to say how great I am or whatever. I'm a humble being. I'm human. Like I keep saying on all the chats, I'm just human at the end of the day. You can't call me an islander and all this foolishness. And to me, that's the divide and rule. So they don't have to do nothing. Everybody's dividing themselves because you're going by religion. You say, oh yeah, religion, okay, is a bad thing. But if it's a practice that is helping you, if it's a practice, not a religion, a practice is different to a religion. It helps you. It really does. It makes you more stronger in yourself. You don't need to baptize and all that. Sometimes you can self-initiate. Sorry. Oh, go on.
No, I wanted to welcome Epic to that.
I'm sorry, Epic.
Hey, ladies. Hey, how y'all doing? I apologize. Go ahead, son, because I was listening to what you were saying. And then, too, it's me and my son. We out today on the road, and we got the top down, so it's going to be a lot of wind. So I'm muted, but I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Peace and blessings to both of you. Love you both.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. But there's also self-initiation. I was lucky to meet a Babalawo from the look of me side of things. So huh?
Look at this. Like he said, I knew it, because even not only in Haiti they do the initiation, but in Suriname too.
See. Mm-hmm. See, so I was just lucky to meet a Babalawo at the time. That the time he needed to come into my life, because I didn't know later on I would need my warriors to protect me when I had the baby in the house. So like I said, I don't like things come to me. I don't have to go out there. I had the same conversation with my ex the other day. I said that how people talk about spirituality like it's chips, like oh this that I said, you don't have to say it to the world. The world will know who you are. Like me, I went through a lot in my life, but I don't go on like a bitter bitch. I'm not bitter. I just think to myself, okay, I went through it. I can talk about it. Some people can't talk about certain things. I can talk about some of the things that I went through. I can explain certain things to you. Christianity was one of them that I did go through, but it's Baptist. The only difference with the Baptist background that I had, right, we like she did drum beats. She did a whole lot of things. My grandma was very knowledgeable on a lot of stuff, right? She was even talking about Freemasons and all that stuff, and the Queen and all that stuff. My gran was very much on her game. People wanted to kill her, if anything. So you don't know where I come from. So don't assume because you see me. I was very quiet. I wasn't really a talker, right? I used to talk. But I wasn't a talker, okay? So when I talk, right, I talk when I need to talk. And I'm a nose. I don't, right? I'm not a talker, am I? I don't really talk that much.
I know.
I'm not a talker. So when you hear me talking, sometimes them people there come true who want to talk and want to say their 5 pence or whatever. Like I said, all day today, I've been singing their stuff. I was watching Prince, Johnny Gill in the daytime. Come 10 o'clock now. I'm washing up. I'm literally washing up. And the songs are coming to me. and I didn't realize it was 10 o'clock. And I start breaking out in when I realized that it's 10 o'clock. I'm like, how? So I'm thinking, no, you can't sing, you can't. So it's hard for me in certain ways because I have to do certain stuff. It seems like so they move me to do certain stuff. I don't talk even when I'm doing consultation, which I have done, like the lady said. I move, but it's not like but I don't do it on a regular basis. I don't say I give out consultations on a regular basis. No, I don't. I don't never say that. But it's just like I come across certain people who may need me, and at the time they get that, and then it's useful. I help, and then I go about my business. Sometimes I don't even get paid or whatever. I just do it. So which is bad, but that's how it is. So
Yeah, spirit work. It's like people you ought to be like when you have the gift. I think he's driving, so maybe his signal. He'll be back. Let me put the link in just in case. But cause maybe he has some questions. Cause I know Epic is very spiritual too. And I think Dojo wanted to come up too. But yeah, it's like dang it, now I lost. I was gonna say something. I forgot. Dang it.
no, it's okay. Go on.
Let me see. Yeah. Nah, I forgot. Go on. Maybe it'll come back. It was something you said. Yeah.
Hi.
It's Dojo. This time he has his name.
Oh, it's a different.
Hello.
Other.
How y'all doing?
Oh, okay.
Good.
Yes. How you doing?
How you doing? I'm enjoying what I'm hearing.
Yes.
I try not to teach. I try not to. This is like. See, I'm stumbling now. I try not to teach. It's not. I'm not a teacher. I just talk what I know. Like Amma. I've experienced a lot of stuff in my life. Yeah, talking, crying snakes. Okay, all right. Need I say more? Okay, so
when I know you're channeling Oshun?
Yeah.
When you're not stuttering.
Yeah. Somebody else said the same thing. One of my subbies said the same thing. So that's why I try not to do certain topics because I know what I'm like, and then I get upset when the blinking signal don't work and the message don't go out. And then I just
right.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, I'm just saying, like, to people, whether it is. Oh, I'm not even going to call the names of the communities, okay, on here. I just feel that there's too much division and it needs to be different. Just because you don't believe in a certain stuff, it doesn't mean to say you must altogether kick it one side. It could possibly help you. It could possibly save you in other ways. You never know. You might even have it in your line. You don't know, right? Because they will come back and they come and get you and you have to do the work. So, and it's not just like I said, I would use Aladdin as a good example. He did the work. He really did, right? So he's channeling on a daily basis. That's what I think is going on with him right now. He's really hitting them points now. He's hitting them points. And he's able to explain a lot of stuff. Sometimes he just does it just talking. He just talks. He don't even pull up a screen or nothing. He just says what he's saying. And the good thing about that, what I like about that, because of his age, what gets me is the age, right? And I think like a younger one shall lead the older ones. Sometimes you have to just listen to the younger ones because, man, he really reminded me of me when I was younger, when I had my younger one, my first one. So I was really into a lot of stuff, like around I want a spoken word person, but I used to like them, and And I was very active in the conscious community, so I'm not going to pretend like, oh, whatever. I just disapprove of the attitude and behaviors of certain things, and you can't call me an islander and then expect me to be like whatever. So I don't be around. I'll be around, but I'm not gonna fight you or whatever. I just will say what I've got to say, and then I won't go on panels and explain to you, because I know you know who you are, what's going on. So, when people say, oh yeah, I don't believe in ancestors or whatever, let me tell you, okay, I'm not going to preach because it might fall on deaf ears at the end of the day. Your ancestors, sometimes you have to research the ancestors, because some did do bad, yeah?
But
Right?
I think when they say they don't believe in the ancestors, I think they mean they don't believe in ancestor spirits, like that they can guide you and show you the way or give you messages, right? Because
Mm.
if they say they don't believe in ancestors, where do they come from?
Well, that part, innit? Well, exactly, because I know there is a lot of history in America, right? There's probably loads of walking ghosts and zombies and blah blah in America at present, because a lot was done on the Americas. A lot of blood was spilt. A lot of people got lynched. A lot of people went through the whole 9 yards. It is not about, you know, oh, where. A lot of people can find their lines and whatever through the land. Like the other day, I came across a video of a black man buying a plantation that his family was on. He said there was something about that house. He didn't know what it was. He didn't know. Then he bought the house. Then later he found out that his ancestors was kept in that house, or they were part of the house, but there was at the back house is the house where people don't want to say slavery, whatever, where the slaves was kept, where they was living, and their masters was in that house, in the house where him and his family resides right now. So if that's not coincidental, that's kind of strange, because they was trying to tell him, look, right, you need to get this house. You need to get the house. He said he didn't understand why he was drawn to the house. Sorry, I'm chatting too much.
No, because you made me remember a dream I had about some Indian Aboriginal showing me a brick house. And he told me, this is Grandpa Mo's house. And I'm like, who's Grandpa Mo? I don't know any Grandpa Mo. I don't have my name is Mo, but I don't know Grandpa Mo. But it was a brick house. And then I think Rudwer did a build on brick houses, like brick builders, like we were the first brick builders, like the houses from way back then. They were made from the bricks, with bricks, not wood, or so it was interesting. Welcome back, Epic, and welcome once again, Dojo. If y'all want to say something, because Oshun is running him out. Oshun is on fire right now. If y'all want to ask something about spirituality, or of course I forgot. See, I was talking about the light and the dark. Oh shoot. 3 hours later.
That's funny. Yeah, 3 hours later. I catch that I like that. May do that on the shorts. I'm appreciating everything that I'm hearing from. It's validating some things for me, especially the island part, and how the thing that happened to me is like I don't have. How do I say this? In order to find unity for a person like myself, because I'm a real I'm a loner, not alone, just alone. But in order for me to find unity, there has to be respect and trust amongst those who I would prefer unifying with. It's wild. I find it wild that even myself was falling victim to a whole bunch of stuff. Like like she mentioned, that what makes us different, or America, we always want to throw in other people's faces what we've been through, but yet we can't tell them where we're going, you know. And it's kind of like because there's really no difference between any of us. And I'm not ashamed to admit that I was wrong for years. You know what I mean? Really, I was wrong for years, and knowing what I've known since I've cleaned the account, it lets me know that, okay, because the universe is not going to allow you to go anywhere. If you feel stagnant, if you feel like something's really holding you back, that's not a good or bad thing. That's the actual universe not allowing you to whether fruit or corrupt what's occurring at that moment. That's what I believe. That's what I truly believe. And so she's right. A lot of things she's saying is right. If I'm silent, then there's truth being spoken. If I'm silent, if I'm not silent, then obviously something nudged me to speak. She's right though, with the whole Aboriginal, Indian, Moor, sun, moon, stars, color of your skin, how you dress, how you do your hair, tattoos or not, dark eyes, goat eyes, blood sacrifice, all of it. It doesn't matter to me, my belief. But all of it is nothing but programs that's ran on a one world system, which we consider our minds. We tell ourselves that we need to connect minds. No, we shouldn't. Everybody should keep their own individual aspect of their mind. That way they can't have anything to say when space is invaded. Because I mean, there's a war going on, and that's why all these solar programs are. It's just like a solar war. It's like we can't see it, but some of us can. Some of us can't register what I said, but some of us are living it. So I yield the floor, but I appreciate the great sister for saying what she said freely, meaning that she spoke, think of what she had to say, like it was premeditated. She just spoke about it. I yield the floor.
Yes, gratitude. Ooh. Are you there, Oshun or Epic?
Yeah, I'm here. I just had to adjust a little bit.
I'm here too.
Okay. Yes. Right.
Like I said about it's gonna be a little noisy.
Hold on. Let me adjust it again.
So excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess you're still
Yeah,
right. No,
Yes,
you said
I'm still behind the wheel. Yeah, it's gonna be noisy because my top is down.
okay. And I know you're listening. I know you're listening.
Indeed, you know I am, Sister Alma. I'm here.
No, go ahead, Oshun. Oh, you got it, sis.
Okay, what did he say? Because I went out a little bit.
Dang it. Oh. No, he was agreeing with everything you said, Dojo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, thank you. But it's just interesting that how I'm connecting with, because I didn't know about the Aboriginals and all that stuff before, you know, but you need to if you are of that yoke, you need to be going to places where they are, I would say, to the smoke huts and deal with those types because of understanding. Because if you are of Aboriginal descent, okay, and I'm not dissing nobody at all, so don't get twisted. Don't start on me. Don't come for me. I'm just saying in general, because I know if I found that I was off that yoke, I'd be down the powwow and everything else. I'd be there. I'd be getting the clothes. I'd be getting the feathers. I would not. I've even seen one lady who's Facebook. She's a locks nutrition, whatever, you know, who she does the locks, and she went to the powwows. And she got the feathers and she got the beads, and you know, it's really nice to see that. Guy on my Facebook where he got the feather and he was dancing in the power while. It's a black man as well. And I mean, I know they hate the word black, but it was so nice to see that, because you can see the meeting of the two nations coming together, or peoples coming together. And I think that's the key. There is key there. There's a reason why you all are meeting on the YouTube. And I don't think it's for beefing and all that stuff. You don't really need to put your energies into other stuff and all that. And even if you don't agree with the spirituality aspects, that's fine, because not everybody's supposed to be spiritual and rare. There's supposed to be a set of people, because we all have our different phases of the village we're supposed to deal with. Okay, so there's the ones on the front line, there's the nurses, the practitioners, the therapists, everybody has their lane that they have to be in. Okay, so the spiritual ones will talk about spirituality and how we can connect, and because in the indigenous thing, I know they have their shamans that they go to. They deal with their shamans, and they go and they sit down and they talk to the spirit. They talk to the earth, the wind, the fire. So you have to people be who they are, because, to be honest, I've said many times, if I didn't reach to look at me, I would have been a dead woman, right? Because it came up in the reading, I'm supposed to be dead. Yeah? Then later on, I had the younger one, and I was dancing in front of the Egungun at the time, and it was an Oshun festival. I was dancing, and my Baba said to me, wow, Yemi, you was danced like I come from Cuba, okay? When I'm amongst the Cubans, right, I completely get that I'm West Indian or whatever the heck per me to be. I am more Cuban than even the one who come from Cuba asked the guy, am I initiated? He said, no, she just got her warriors, And he said, the way she danced, it was like part of, I was already a Santero, the female one, right? And I used to have a thing where I used to wear white beads around my neck naturally. I used to do it because I come from a tie head family already. So tying my head is no mystery to me. It's just the beads. It's just another way of life. That's all it is. You're still giving service to the people. I was always giving service to Yemaya from a long time ago. You can go on my Facebook, you'll see me giving service to her. You'll see it. Right? I don't have to prove it to nobody. I think I put it on my YouTube at one point where it shows me going to the waters. It's not about show. It's not a show and tell business. Right? Naturally have to want to go to talk to those people, those deities. The deities will show themselves to you. Though Divine Prince said that how they don't show themselves, but they do. They show themselves to you. They let you know. Eshu used to jump me a lot of times because he'll just appear. He'll just appear in the weirdest of places, right? And I was working for a Rasta man, and I used to have this thing. I used to play the music a lot because I know the songs backwards and forwards, up and down, sideways and frontways. And I was sitting in the shop. And the thing appeared like the Eurobuzz, the white thing from, right, you didn't have no face. It was just cloth, endless cloth, right? And then when I spoke to the guy, he said I was being nosy, but that's not the first time I've been told that. It's not the first time I was told that. And the same way how this is how my mum speaks, right? My mum speaks the same way. She'll laugh the same way, and she speaks exactly the same way, right? Another time, I started going back to Spiritual Baptist because I wanted to go. They wear white as well, funny enough. They wear white. They wear colours and white. And one time there was a service, and I decided to wear this green and yellow suit. So, unbeknownst to me, the one running the church, he had green or white, or his members had green or white. I turned up there now, and I ended up playing the drum and all that. But the week before that, I was told to buy a cigar, so I bought 2. I was told buy 2 cigars. I said okay. I gave 1 to whoever I was supposed to give, and then I carried 1 to the place. At the end of the service, I gave it to the guy. The guy said to me, I've been looking for cigars. I've been looking. He said, do you know how long I've been looking for this? In his Trini accent, you know how long I've been looking for this? I said, so he goes, I said to him, no, this is for you. Now, this things happen continuously to me, so I'm not gonna make out like these things don't happen, right? Another time I was in a service, and in the Baptist, they drew out a field. It's called a field. It has a lota, plants, flowers, bell, whatever. Anyway, he was there praying and doing his thing, you know. I was sitting there because I'm trying not to fit in. I'm trying not to fit in, so I'm not even singing their songs or whatever. And I closed my eyes for a couple minutes, or I had my eyes open, I can't remember. And I see the man dancing with his deity. I see him. So I told him, and he said to me I was being nosy. I said, I'm not being nosy. I said, I was just here minding my own business. I'm not even, you know, so things like that come to you. Things happen like that, you know. So I'm not going to say I am Mystic Meg or Flipping Cleo, whatever the heck the Americans, whatever she is. Yeah. Is it Cleo? I can't remember. Cleo, whatever the heck the woman's called, right? But those things happen to me. Those things literally happen to me. So, you know, and I know it happens to a lot of people, but they say, oh, I'm strange. And when they tell people, oh, you're mad. No, it's not that you're mad. That's your gift. That's your gift. So if you don't know your gift, like Amma, she has a gift for reading energy very well. So me, on the other hand, is the other way. So, but I have to be in a mood, or I don't know, maybe it's a mood thing, I don't know. But it just turns on. Like now I'm hot. So obviously, like could be a channeling thing going on. I don't know. I'm just dying on my chair here, and I'm just talking to you, and it's like I'm remembering a lot of stuff. I'm literally lying here remembering a lot of stuff, and it's really interesting that is happening. So it could be the time. It's not to do with the moon. It's not to do with whatever. I haven't done no rituals. I ain't gonna lie. I don't do rituals. I don't do nothing. I don't, honestly. And I haven't done rituals in a long time. Right? So my mum is another powerhouse where she is in Jamaica. She can read from where she's sitting, my mother. She will read you from where she's sitting. Wherever she's sitting in Jamaica, she will read you. So it's a natural thing. It's embedded in my family. So I'm not gonna come off all bossy and braggy. Oh yeah, I can do this. Ain't gonna get me nothing. So they would only feed you when you humble your heart and you deal with them accordingly. They will show themselves and they will make themselves known. But you have to want to know them. So, you know, so that's why, like I said, I can say Aladdin again. Aladdin, I'm mentioning you again. He deals with
You're obsessed with Aladdin.
Then he comes out of the blue. Oh, what you saying? He deals with Kalimar. He must have obviously dealt with her. And, she must have spoke to him at one point.
But I feel a balance.
Yeah. But like I said, I ain't giving no speeches. I'm just saying. I'm just telling. Going in.
Sorry, that's man. You can keep going. If you have it in you, you can keep going. As for me, what I consider rituals is obviously we all speak in spells now that we're aware people speak in spells, and so wouldn't that be a ritual just to speak itself if we believe that people speak in spells? Although what I really want to say is that what people consider ritualistic when it comes to me is because I set my mood. When I know a feeling occurs, I'm able to set my mood for that, meaning that I can minimize distractions, or I can eliminate my distractions and be so focal with that flow. So when I set the mood, it's like a respect thing for whatever that momentum could be, which is that moment. That's what that is. But partner spell, although that's what they consider ritualistic when they observe me. I'm from Tulare, California. I'm like the big dog out here. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to brag, but we do our feathers. We're the only people that can wear the headdress of a chief.
Yeah.
That means that we can't be scrutinized even by America. People scrutinize people showing chief headdresses, not my tribe and the people who I'm with. It's difficult to show us on the internet because people draw so many angles and there's only a few straws to draw as it is, but it's very difficult. And I know we all know this. That way you can protect your tribe and you can protect your soul by being cautious of who you share your freedom and happiness with. It doesn't matter how they look at you, or in this version, I'm talking about myself. It don't matter how the outside look at me, as long as the inside, knowing me on the inside, as well as inside my tribe. That's the only thing that matters, because there's nothing to run from. It's not like we can hide from anything that the world is trying to secretly do to everybody else. That's not true. The truth is, live your way. Make your living your way. That's the way of living. And that's exactly what Dojo has done and doing, similar to you ladies and the gentleman on the panel. I yield the floor.
Oh, dang it. I think her Wi-Fi. Oh, there she go. I conjured her up again. Right. But I just said I felt like a balanced energy, and I think it's you, Dojo. You're very, or I feel your energy is very balanced right now. It's like
She's bringing confirmation when I set my mood, or some would say when I'm acting ritualistic. It's not that. Is I appreciate what I'm hearing, and she's saying things that I've already confirmed. It's like this. There's none of us have anything extra or lesser than each other. Although the intensity can fine tune your instrument. Said ain't so. It is true. It's very true. We can all be the same instrument, but we won't sound the same once the notes are played. Or we won't sound the same. In order to sound like an instrument, one would have to definitely have listeners. And what I'm saying without the allegory is that I prepare myself to hear everything throughout the day. Partner spell. I prepare myself. Even before I fall asleep at night, partner spell, should I say rest, I prepare myself to hear what I'm about to hear next. Even when I'm by myself, I'm preparing to hear something. And while I prepare, I'm telling myself, where's all these thoughts of my own coming from? How do I muster them together? And so when I come to my own conclusions, before the conclusion is like in front of me, it's usually said by somebody, or I can find it in something. And it lets me know that I can confirm that, because there's always somebody watching, and there's always this observer. I want to be able to be so alone that I know there's nothing watching or nothing observing. Then I know that I'll be with God, or this so-called creator that everyone says they can identify, but can't identify that creator through each other. I yield the floor.
Oh, that is so deep. Because we're always watched. Even it's like there's no camera in your home, in your house. It still feels like you're being watched by you. Because when you even if you have mirrors in the house, right? So you're watching you. That's so deep.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm back. Yeah. And to me, I get confirmation through stuff as well. It's quite funny you say that, because I'll be somewhere or something. I don't know. Like the same with the Urdu that I put up on the channel. When she talks about the painting white, painting the house in white, strange enough, I'm planning to do that. I'm literally planning to do that. And I'm literally very protective over my young one anyway. All right. Which she said in the Urdu, she said that how you have to protect the young one. She said that how there's going to be a whole set of stuff happening, right? Where certain peoples will get taken out. But I've heard that before. So I know she just confirmed what another person's already said. So once you are already in line already, it's like like you said, they set all the ducks in place, right? Like you said, right, you're stagnated, but there's a reason why they make you stagnate. They put you in a position so that you can sort of figure out, okay, what do I do next? What do I do next? Sometimes you don't know at the time, because I think I'm in that position right now. You don't know where to go, whatever. I have a few things I want to do, but it's just not the time. See, it's not the time for it. Maybe it's not the right people, or where, I don't know. Anyway, but anyways, apart from that, I've been put in a position now. Ochosi, I'm talking to talk one of the deities or whatever, gods, whatever. The deity, there's a deity called Ochosi, which the Babalawas talk about. They said that how what he does, he sends the arrow. He's the one to put the arrow in any direction. So whatever direction you're supposed to be, they put he sends. He's a hunter and he's a herbalist. So Ogun will clear the way, and Ochosi shoots the arrow. Now, where that arrow goes, where it lands, that's where you know, okay, I'm supposed to be over there. Now, if there's something in the way, Ogun clears the way. He clears it. He clears the way. He makes a way. He's really the one, the pathfinder. They call him the pathfinder. Right? He's also a warrior, but they look at him just only as a warrior. He's not a warrior. He's not only just a warrior. He's a healer as well. It's the same with the Oshun. She's seen a sexual, you know, the Jezebel, maybe we can say that, but she's not a Jezebel really. But right, I'm just using that as an example, so I'm not dissing her, but I'm just saying that she has an older side to her that everybody forgets. She has an older side, because it's the same with the triple goddess. There's a maiden, a crone, and the other one. I forgot the other one, right? So she goes through the same phases as that, but they look at her as the one who's beautiful. She's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. She's the youngest deity of all of the 365 or more deities of the Orisha pantheons. Now, there is a story which I have put up as well. Once again, I will refer. I'm not telling people that I'm not trying to divert people from the channel, but I'm just saying. There is a story, a mythology, right? The mythology goes that, right, she wasn't happy. She left Earth. She left, or I think she went somewhere. The animals died out. The water died out. Everything died out. The women was barren. They couldn't produce. Now, I think she went to the moon or somewhere. Anyway, they tried. How much of them tried to get her down from wherever. She said, she refused to come down. She refused to come down. The land was dry. The land was bare, right? And I can't remember somebody went up or something happened and she came down. I can't remember who exactly. I can't remember the story off the top of my head exactly, but I have it on my thing. There's a Trinidadian lady that tells the story of this, right? And she comes down and the land slowly gets back, like where it was dry, it was green, Where there was no water, there was water. Now, she being the youngest one of all of the Orishas, she's the baby, literally the baby of the Orishas, where they had to bring her out in such a way. I can't remember whether it was musical or something, I can't remember. But anyway, but the main thing of the story is that how, if you look on the Pantheon and you check where she lies, she does a heck of a lot. She does a lot. She and her sister does a lot, Yamaya. Right? So even though Shango, he was a very virile man, I think Yamaya or Oya goes with Shango, which is term for the god of thunder. She's similar to Storm, Oya. And if you really check it, really, right, all what's going on up on Earth now, where there's water, there's floods in certain places, well, more places, even in the West Indies, in fact, the floods. But guess what? When you look at the West Indies floods, it's not up to their waist. It's not to their foot in most cases. They're not up to their waist. So it's like they're trying to say now, you need to deal with the earth a bit more differently. You need to deal with the earth, the mothers a bit more differently. Yes, this is a male-run society or whatever, but in most cases, right, people will get taken out through water, whatever. You know, water kills, right? If you can't run away from the water will kill you. Now, Fela Kuti always talks about the water is not my enemy. Right? And he always sings about the water feeds, the water does this, the water does that. Water kills. Now, Ocean, as nice and merciful as she is, you call on her, you deal with her a certain way. People right now is abusing her name right now. All the time, they're abusing her name. Even the priestesses themselves are abusing her name. She's fed up. She's fed up. She's pissed off. I had this same conversation the other day. I said she's totally pissed off. She's really had enough. She's fed up. So the women entity, the women of the society, because women are the mothers. They bring forth the children. They're the therapists. They're everything. So if you're abusing the mother, do you not think that how she's not going to come and take you out sooner or later? Because you're abusing the mother, you're abusing Earth herself. Right now, right, as we're seeing is the inflations, and I know people are not into skepticism and all this, but believe me, if you sit and you listen carefully and you watch and you see what's going on, you really do see that whatever deities is on the earth at the time, they're just taking out people. And I'm not going to talk about Kevin Samuels because they took him out. So, you really have to open your heart and mind, even the men, because you lot have things on your heads, which is called Auries. You have deities on your heads. You can be very virile, man. Like Shango, you can be you can be a hunter, warrior. You don't know. And I'm not just saying Shango alone, because there's other deities out there who is aligned with them, just that they call different names. That's all it is. So if you target, nobody can't tell you, okay, you're this, you're that, you're that, you're that. You know what I mean? So you have to really work on yourself. It's a work in progress. This is one of the reasons why I used to get upset with the Nature Boy women, because the work is continuous. It's not just saying, oh, I'm a reflection or this, or that. I'm a Orisha. I'm an Orisha. He even used the Orishas. Now the Orishas came and they taught him something now, didn't they? They threw him in prison, didn't they? Or jail. So you don't call them in vain. You don't call them in vain. You don't hurt children. you look after your family, you do what you have to do, because at the end of the day, right, like they call us, no, sorry, now you see I've come back now, right, they called us the soothsayers or whatever. Soothsayers, when somebody said that over here, I nearly fell over, and she's not even of that yoke. So you can't call yourself, the community has to name you. The community names you for who you are.
Mm.
I used to hate when people used to call me healer. I said, no, I'm not a healer, I'm a therapist.
Mm.
So you're a healer? And I said, no, I'm not. You know, so at one time you have to tap into yourself. Maybe you have to be a recluse. Maybe you have to not be around certain people. Even me, sometimes I have to come off the internet. I find it quite hard, but I know one time I'm going to come off the internet. I am bloody addictive. I have to come off the internet. That's why I go and watch movies. And I go when I do that, because that's my little outlet. Or I sing and dance. I'll be here by myself. It's like, right, it's like I'm having a party in this house. It's just me, one, and the child. So you have to know, you know what I mean? Now I feel like I'm going into speech mode, so I'm going to stop.
You're good. You're good. Ooh, wait. Damn. I was gonna say some, cause you. Oh yeah, you mentioned what's his name? Obata, right? Earlier.
Yeah.
Mm. Mhm. Um. Yeah. Oh yeah, you said they dress it right.
Yeah.
That's to but in Suriname they yeah, they dress in white, but for another deity, that's the Kumanti, the eagle or
Mm.
vulture, the bird. And then they dress in white. And for ancestor honor, like when they're doing a ritual in honor of the ancestors, then they dress in white too.
Well, see.
Out here in California, well, where I'm located, we a lot of us wear white because it's not as hot in the sun.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like
That's
so I found myself draped with long sheets. I mean, just your normal sheets that you go and buy for a bed, just the
yeah.
normal white ones, right? I find myself just like being like literally almost naked under that, but that because it not only does it keeps me cool, the breeze that way, and my body is still aerate, air is still around me. It's something new. I haven't been doing this too often, but the summers here in Cali, they've been really different. They've been really different. They've been hot like they normally are, but it's more. It's like what it's doing to the environment. Like these new little things are like there's like little new bugs. There's new little gnats and
Yes.
little new little fleas. Like there's you can tell that something is changing. You know what I mean? Or it's just I don't know what to call it. I don't like to put a lot of words on it. But I'm just like what I love the most though is like learning from other people's experiences, not what they've scholastically learned from a book or from someone else. And that's why it's easy for me to listen to the great sister on the panel. She's only speaking her walk. You know what I mean? That means that she walked it before she talked it, as well as you, Amma. And it's difficult to share. You almost had me cut the camera on to show you my daughters, and I've done that several times before and been torn down to where they'll even disrespect your children. They'll say whatever it takes to make sure you hurt. Make sure that you have a thought of what pain is or a thought of hurt. So it's yet and still. I just appreciate y'all because you still give me that innocence where I can feel I can be free. I can just cut it on and show you my whole family. Look what we're doing. Hey, you guys, love you all over there. Right? But the truth is though, that can't be because because there's always something lurking to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even mean physically. I don't mean physically. And then some people say that when you think of it in your mind, it's your mind fight. Nah, I highly doubt that. You know what I mean? Because when we stop and think, right, this duality. How is it duality when you have law of attraction? How is it duality when you have things that are complementary? You know what I'm saying? Things complement one another. Law of attraction. So this duality thing, is that real? Is there an opposite of what you feel? Is there an opposite? I strongly believe that duality is a hoax for me in my life. I feel like things are attracted in its comparison to the complement, the way my soul is rocking. That's how I live now. I don't live the other way where I think there's a good or bad. Because when I think that way, then I've already opposed. I yield the floor.
Oh, that's interesting that you mentioned duality, because I think duality is just that: negative, positive, good, bad. But when they come together, it's not like it's, how do you say that? What did you say? Action, right? So they attract each other to become one. So they're in sync now. You can't call it duality no more. And it's when they're apart, then it's duality. Right, left, right. So, oh, peace, Naga Genie.
Everyone's coming in. Okay?
Hey, thank you, Alma. Thank you, Alma. That was fire right there, Alma.
See, oh, I got it. Yeah, that's how I feel. Because there has to be. It has to be. Of course, if there was only like good, then there was like, how they say in the Garden of Eden, like the snake came and blah blah. So I think he brought duality, because there was, once it was only good, that was kind of boring, because you die when you're good. like you're perfect. What's left? Dying. So there come, there's only positive, here come negative, to even it, to balance it out. Like, all right, then we both can exist. One of the, the good doesn't have to die, because now there's bad. Something like that. I think I just messed it all up, but
I heard a TikTok. The TikToker said that well, it was a short. I guess it was one of those short videos. And what the person said was that they have came to a point in their life to where they know that love and hate aren't emotions, nor are they human traits. Complete love and complete hate come from the universe. So it's like that, and the way when that person had said that, I guess it was the mood I was in at the moment. I don't know, but it really made a lot of sense to me. You know what I mean? That's something so heavy that we would call hate or love, right? For those to be weighed upon us. You know what I'm saying? And then because a lot of us we yet still have these systematic, I mentioned that the last time, that these systems, so everything is a system. But like you mentioned, when you eventually find that, I don't really like the term balance, because I find that eerie. But when you find that oneness though, between the duality, what is it? What are you left with? You know what I mean? I mean, when they both come together, and it's like literally though, I don't think it's to die either. You know what I'm saying? I don't. That same short video that I had watched was the same person who was mentioning all kinds of stuff about Earth, and how it's been so long that we don't even bury people, you know what I mean, just their whole body in the earth, so it can go back to there's so many like things that these systems have placed up amongst us, that we're still trying to make all of us agree to a system. And that's what keeps us divided, because there's always a system that's trying to run a program on us. It don't matter. Even the whole term of unifying could possibly be a system. If we don't, my imagination tells me that I'm aging to the point where we're, you know what I mean? No, our elders don't live like they used to. We don't live to see 65, 75 like that no more. So I appreciate them. I really appreciate every veteran too. Although we still have us that's like this generation. And my generation is one of the hardest generations yet and still. Because we came at a time where it all, like, we are the transition between the duality. That's why it's difficult for us on either side. Either side, it don't matter. We rock good, we get stoned. We rock bad. We get stoned. It's like it's just craziness. But hey, why would I imagine anything other than happiness? You know what I'm saying? When I'm like stuck in the middle between what's good and bad. I'm stuck. It's like physically stuck. We all here in America, but they can talk all that shit they want to. But they know damn well once they get off that internet, they're not preoccupying their own thoughts. They're back in their own reality. And when that own reality gets to smacking you around, you have to deal with it yourself, you know? That's why I really took my time away from this social media thing. It's not the same as if I knew you from across the street next door or bumped into you at the corner store. It's not the same. It truly isn't, you know, and I just make sure that my youth knows that as well, because it's still it's in our lives now. Like, it's not going anywhere unless the world ends. So it's either we're facing a big catastrophe up ahead or there's transcendence. I really don't argue it no more. I yield the floor.
Right.
Yeah, but was you gonna say something?
No, I was going to ask you if you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I feel that we lost ourselves a lot, because as much as it is nice to be on the net as well, but at the same time, I was having problems with the net like earlier, even before I came on, and I was so frustrated because I couldn't get back on the net. I was frustrated, and the thing is that we do rely on it, and like I said, people can put on personas on here. People can be a certain way on here. Is because like we have the space to do it. I suppose we don't own this website, but we will gladly. It's like we lose all our. Where was I going with this point now? Is that is that we lose all our traditions as well. We lose the speech where we talk. When like even I find myself doing it. I mean, I'm glad I ain't got a smartphone, thank goodness, because I think I would not be paying attention to anything.
You don't?
I don't have a smartphone.
You got those flip phones still?
No, I got a brick phone because I run up my data a lot. When I first got onto YouTube, I used to run up my data a lot because I was filming a lot. I was doing a lot of all what people's doing with that is, right? It takes so much gigabytes and megabytes and all that extras, and so now because I haven't got it, when I walk in sometimes 60 degrees circular motion, which Nation of Islam always talks about the earth when it spins at 360 degrees. As much as people don't say this, the earth is round, etc., etc. So I'm not a teacher, right? So stay with me. I may go off on a tangent, okay? But once you've written that checklist and you've done all your openings of your chakras, or close it, because you have to protect yourself at the same time, right? You have to ground yourself and all that. Make sure you're grounded, totally grounded, because somebody will come and they will on-ground you. They'll move you from off that route to which you stand, or the square, as I keep saying, the Americans. I got to find another word. As the Americans will put it, when you stand on your square, you don't move from that square. Once you stand there and you make your inner self tell you what to do, okay? Now, how I know this is true for myself, okay, and I would only use myself as an example, right? I used to be into a lot of stuff like Yoruba. I used to dress like a Yoruba woman. I used to dress like a Haitian woman. Even somebody thought I was a Mambo at one point. And after so much years, my mum came and confirmed a few things to me. And funny enough, I was surrounded by that same people she said our families aligned to, or supposedly aligned to, or however you put it. So that's why I say to people, when you're picking up things that you're attracted to, right? There's a reason why you're picking up certain stuff. There's a reason why you pick up that thing. Okay. And it could be that you are from that yoke, but you just don't know it. And you haven't done your genealogy, because I'll throw the genealogy thing in because I know it works, because my friend, she did it. And she was aligned. She was Ghanaian. She's from Jamaica, even though most of the Ashantis went to Jamaica. But she was Ghanaian as well. So she was able to go and tap into there, go back there, whatever, try to live there, whatever. So there's always someone who's going to confirm that same thing, right? But you need a guide to help you too. Because like at one point, you can't do it all yourself. You would need a guide, a physical guide, to guide you and make sure. And if that person's intention is for true, right, they will never steer you wrong. They never say, oh yeah, whatever. They'll accept you, whether you swear like a fisherman's wife, as my daughter will say. Right. And I have one of those. I have one of those kind of students. So she is my student, right? But I just take her as she is, and she already kind of a certain way. She has a Lilith in her, a little bit of a Lilith in her. But the thing what I like about her is that she's able to maneuver herself. Things come to her easily. She's very much a manifester, one person who manifests stuff. Right, I'm not very good at manifesting stuff, but at one point I did manifest some. So you have to write your list. It's very important that you get a scrapbook, and I say this, it's very important, it's imperative that everybody does it, even when you're doing your storage in for this, whatever else, the reset, whatever. You have to write a list, and you have to make sure that you have everything in place, because you never know. Even I have to also do that. I've written lists and more lists. So you have to do pros and cons. I had to stop writing lists because I was writing too many lists. So you will be guided by your intuition. That's the word, intuition. There you go, intuition. That intuition will guide you, and then you'll find whatever you're seeking. Sometime, right, your seeking will stop. Your family will say that you're seeking, but you stop seeking. But you just take that on as whatever and just move on. So I'll stop there. I'm not gonna go because I'll go into teacher mode. I don't want to go into teacher mode, but you have to really tap into yourself. It's imperative, and as well. Sorry, go on.
Damn, that was a lot to take in. I resonate with that because I look at you in that way, like you, Sister Amma, and the brothers. I kind of look at them like the male version, So basically, and what you described to me is like what they would call in the Haitian dish like a high priest, like a high priestess, right? So that's why, like the mambo, that's what she is, and Oga is a high priest, right? So I kind of view myself like that in the brothers, and the thing about the high priest is that you're a high priest for a reason. So meaning that you're already or a high priestess, meaning that you're already went to all the your avatar, right? You master all your avatar, right? So since you master all your avatar, right? So you and so now all the avatar, right, is attracted to that vessel, and all of them trying to all the all the spirit, right, with the that I'm trying to find the right word. It's like all right, so I'm gonna just say like that. So all the spirit, for lack of better words, so all the spirit that attached to the avatar in your previous life, right? They're trying to manifest like into the present time, right? So it's up to you that have to understand that. All right, I already lived that, right?
lived that, I already did that. So now that I don't have to, basically, that's where Doja was talking about that high and low. So I don't have to go around. I don't have to. I could just be. Basically, I could just be, because I already been to all to the journey right now. So I could just sit right here. I don't have to go and get that. That could just come to me. You know what I'm saying? So some with the hybrid us that's like just got into that, just get to that, just reach that level. So some of us, like, we don't really understand it yet, to understand that, all right, that it is what it is. So we have to it, like, we some of the basic, for myself, that's I'm gonna speak for myself. So what I realized on my journey is the fact that I couldn't like, I view myself like as many like different so-called gods, you know what I'm saying, or so-called icons before, you know what I'm saying. So I went through all these steps, like I said, I view myself as I'm not, like I said, kind of like how the sister was saying. So I was following these footsteps, trying to find myself in these stories, or these icons, or these energy. You know what I'm saying? So I had to understand that I am already these energies. So I don't have to seek them. I just have to be myself. You know what I'm saying? And align these energies within me, basically. Because I know, like, I can't really find the like
I know what you mean. I know what you
all
mean.
the words to say, so I'm gonna just leave it like that right there.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yes, it's
You
like
remember the last time I was up here, and I had mentioned to you about where the sun was, where I was standing, and I had mentioned that. But did you recall when I had mentioned that?
you sound far away. Can you come closer to the?
Yeah, come a little closer to the mic.
How about that?
Oh, please. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Okay. Do you remember when the last time I was on the panel, and I cut the camera on, and the sun was right above my head?
Yeah.
Facts.
A couple of days, Partner Spell. A couple of days after that, I did a live stream, and I had mentioned that. I had mentioned how when I was on your panel, how the sun was over my head, and how all of us who tap in on this technology, we're able to, like, you know what I mean? We don't have to put it on us, but we can definitely point it in the sky and put it on the sun or moon, right?
Mm-hmm.
That when Sister Ocean was up here talking about the journal aspect, it's like no matter what, this right here, like this book, right, this is my second one, and all I do is write, and I just write. Some would say scribe, but I just write. And so when I write, I'm writing what I'm, I guess, self-talking. And I just keep picking up from what I've written, not what I hear or see, because I consider myself in the dark, right? And so when the great sister had mentioned when she was dropping all those jewels, right? I'm like, these are the points that I try to bring to people's attention, that I can't make it up when someone else is speaking the truth that I live. So she's right about that. When I spoke that on your panel, right? I never people can take this how they want, but when I had told that to you, I wrote it down, and then I spoke about it a couple of days later, Partner Spell, and then I kept it on my mind. And so from that, this is what came from that so far, Sister Amma, right? So I'm telling myself the sun was above my head, right? Here I am. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
So now when I see that picture right there with the sun above these Egyptian people's head, it tells me what time of day it is, what time of day. Now, but when I see this, right, I know that's what time of day it is for that sign. because I don't read metanoia. I don't get into this stuff because I'm way over here in the Pacific, and I was taught to like not even trip on that. But it makes sense now, right? Okay. And so one thing I kept asking, like, how do I'm asking, but no one can answer. But what I'm asking is I'm asking the sun, moon, and stars. And so when we had spoke, I tripped out because on the Pacific coastline, there's a horizon. It's just a line, right? And so when we see sunrise and sunset, we see this. See that symbol?
Mm-hmm.
See how that came out? So all of this is coming from just experiencing what I'm writing down and saying. And so it's like, so far this, or should I go back this way, has came out of me asking, that looked interesting when I was on the live stream with Amma. Now that I know that this is what the symbol is, when we look at this, when I kept asking, I was like, okay, but these lines, horizontal lines, everyone sees that. And you see this, meaning the sun is right above your head. Okay. So when I asked that, what came up was equator. So I'm looking at equator, which is a line. And I'm asking myself, here we are again with the line. So no matter what, when the sun is coming and going in everybody's reality, you're going to see two things in any direction you stand. You're going to see that symbol, right? But trip out. That means that when the sun is in this symbol, something arced the sun to do this. Like that. And that's why we see that symbol. Because wherever it arced at, right, there's sun that's on the arc like that. So I asked myself, what does that mean, right? This symbol came up. That symbol came up. And when that symbol came up, I was like, what does this mean, right? And then those dots start getting back on that symbol. And that's called ghost suns, meaning that the photosynthesis is actually what it is. The sun is going in and out, or should I say something is projecting it to go, right? That's why we always see this. And so I kept asking questions. And the question led me to the apple of my eye. Notice that whenever we see the moon like this, we never see it on the horizon line like that. We only see the moon on the horizon line when we look at that symbol when the moon does this. I yield the floor. But what I'm saying though is all of that came from just that one, just that one sit down with you, Sister Amma, and riding your ether. You know what I mean? Saying whether if it belongs to all of us or you, but when it comes to sharing, when it comes to sharing, that's where it is in all of our realities, because there's nothing there's nothing. I mean, I can only speak for myself, and I think that's why this panel is such fire, is because we've all related to one hand, saying that I'm to blame for what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And I love that about y'all. I love that when you can stand on what you're saying, there's no reason not to spit fire. I yield the floor.
Yeah, that was dope. That was fire.
I'm gonna have to replay that one.
I'm just, but I feel like, because normally around this time I would have already dozed or something. So I feel that this is the time that things need to be said, and the right ones need to meet up on this space. Right. Okay, and I'm not saying that there is wrong ones, because I won't put it out there, because there's no such thing as wrong ones. Okay, right? So, like I said, I was talking about the Haitian stuff earlier before Nagajini, and deities and all that stuff came into play. So what's happening now, right, once again we come to a whole 100 and 360 degrees again, because we all going for the same thing, the same goal, the same thing. And like what has been said in many lives, there needs to be a solution as well. There needs to be a solution as well, because something has to come out. Apart from being on the YouTube itself, right, you have to be able to work with ones off of YouTube, which I have done from the groups too, as well. one person. I ain't gonna make it like I had loads of people. Jesus Christ, I ain't not gonna lie. So there's one one person, and okay, he's still so far so good. Okay, that's all I can say. I'm not gonna brag and whatever, because it gets me nowhere bragging. So basically, we do actually need solutions, because when the lights and stuff and everything goes off and you know how it goes. I don't need to explain what's the game at hand right now, right? And right, so we need to also get to know people in real life as well, which I'm trying to do myself too, as well, and off of the YouTube, because I think that's the problem is stemming there too. Which means don't go into no arguments with nobody on here, because it's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. Just get on with what you got to do, basically, and you will. There is loads of knowledgeable people on here. I have seen them. They get caught up in little things, but there is ones who knows. They're ones who knows. It's just that, obviously with YouTube, it's a competition thing. It's a business and all that stuff. So we all know what's all going on there. But the real thing is that how we have to make these connections. Now, if somebody goes on a certain way, now you have to ask yourself, what is that person trying to tell me when they misbehave a certain way? What's going on? What am I missing? Or if not, you just don't react. You have no need to react, because you probably won't meet these people, and you have to keep it moving. Okay, so my thing is, on these platforms, you have to be very aware. You have to know who you're dealing with. You have to watch them for a bit to get to know them, and if can I work with that person. Now, me and Arma is kind of similar. I think it's our star signs. I think we're twinning and all that stuff. I think that's what it is. But I feel that there is a lot of traumas on here. Really, there is a lot of traumas on here. Right, and I'm not going to take myself out of the equation, but at the same time, people need to meet the right one so we can have these discussions, whether it be on a spiritual basis, because we know it works. Okay, we know spells work. We know certain stuff works. Like I said, the whole man with the cloak turned up in my front room, and to be honest, maybe if I was a different way, it could have been a different something else, okay? But I don't know. Maybe there's a reason why he came or whatever. I don't know. Someone sent him, but he didn't say nothing to me. So people have to really delve into stuff. And yeah, maybe saluting the sun. You see now, Cosmo will be really grateful for that conversation now, what Dojo's talking about now, because she is a sun gazer. She gazes at the sun. She plays with beings, whether people care to believe it or not, okay? She does these things. She has a gift to herself, right? She has a gift. And people need to acknowledge when a person has certain stuff. Don't get jealous of it, because you probably have it too within yourself. You just haven't tapped in. Now, if you tap in, right, it will come forward, and you'll be able to maneuver yourself a certain way. And even if you evolve a bit more bigger than the other person, that's fine, because that person knows, okay, well, that was that person from time. It's just that they never knew. But you have to. And I will refer back to the Pan-African thing. I know people hate it so much, but I'll say it anyway. You have to Sankofa, okay? You have to look back. You have to go back and fetch. If you don't go back and fetch, how the heck are you going to learn? How are you going to learn? And you don't have to keep certain stuff, because believe me, I have thrown away loads of Egyptian stuff and all that stuff, because you have to evolve. You can't stay one place. You can't stay one point. You have to evolve. You have to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But it doesn't mean to say that you must overtake the teacher and forget the teacher at the same time, the one who taught you, because you have to go back to the teacher. I have, like the mentor said, and if you listen to the video, what does she say? She says she calls me for anything, and she does. She talks to me any time, right? She's literally my friend, literally. Okay, so at the end of the day, like the student would know the teacher, but it's whether the student is willing to learn. That's why when I got offered a couple students, I said no. I think I'm always there. I turned it down flat. I was like, no, only when they're ready. If they really want it, they will come. All right. All right. And it goes across the board because you have to be willing to open up yourself. You have to be able to talk to the person. You have to be able to talk to the teacher. And I'm sure Nagajini knows this because in Haiti, they go through initiation as well. They go through spiritual stuff. Learning from Voodoo Diva, King Brujo. They go through a whole heap of stuff. Okay, you cannot tap into certain deities unless you know the language, the word to bring them forth on land, to land them here for them to mount, so they can come and bring the messages. Some deities will probably come automatically, but it all depends on the service that is given. Now, Nagajini, I know he knows a whole heap of stuff. Okay, he's not really saying a lot, but I get why. But it's fine because in his country, right, that's the reason why the America is after that country, because they know the power to which they have. Their power is very strong. Their power is strong in Nigeria. The power is strong in Benin. It's strong in lots of places, okay? But they're trying to disconnect the people from going there. There's scammers going over there now and pretending that whatever, making money off the people, making out that they're missions, and then what they call it, poverty porn is coming up now.
Wow.
If we cannot talk about these things that is going on, even in the Africas, worldwide, globally, right? How are we going to sort out anything? Yeah, even though you have to start with yourself. Yes, that's true, you do, but you have to kind of look at what's going on in other places, because they'll be going through the worst stuff, you know. So you can't knock one when he has that knowledge of himself, because they're brought up in that power. They're naturally in that power anyway. You know? So, you know, the Haitian. And I'm not just saying this because you're here, Nagajini, because I know for a fact, okay, the Haitians, the Nigerians are quite powerful people, right? Actually, in fact, we are a powerful people, right? We are a powerful people on a whole, but it's whether or not, right, we want to accept that, because that's why we're getting licked left, right, and center. The oppressor don't have to do nothing. The oppressor don't have to do nothing. We do it to ourselves. Okay, right? With the colorism, throwing down the woman, dealing with the woman madness, dealing with the family, not taking care of family. I'm kind of happy when I see the men taking care of their children and doing what they have to do, because it makes me proud, and I'm very happy because Black love do exist. But it's whether or not we want to still be on the same treadmill, going round and round and round in circles. The oppressor don't have to tear us down. We just do it ourselves. We hate ourselves. We self-hate. Oh, I don't like you because you're dark. Oh, you ain't light-skinned enough. Oh, this, oh, that. To be real, it's very quite exhausting. And that's why I don't join in certain groups, because you're not going to get nothing sorted. You're not going to get anything sorted arguing. Information is good to know. Yes, it is. But at the same time, right, you have to know, like, two heads have to agree. Two can't walk together unless they agree. That's what my grandmother used to say all the time. So if you can't walk with your friend or your family, then you have problems. So you need to just exit and take yourself out places and not be entertaining certain shegre, Ross, because the more you do certain stuff, you're not going to grow. We're not going to grow. You're not going to grow. And that's why I like Ama's people. You know why I like Ama as well? She's like, it's like a reflection of me a little bit, food wise, all wise. And I don't know why the Americans are separating. I don't get it. I mean, Dojo, somebody needs to explain it to me. Like what's the separation? What's the disgruntled islanders? This, that. What the heck is that about? I mean, I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Everything you said is the truth. I don't get it myself. I do my best not to get involved, but it tugs at me like if I belong to it. And then lately I catch myself reacting to accusations more than something trying to relate me to it. But you're right. You know what I mean? There's something about America because they're all not the same. I mean, Chicago's not the same as LA, the same as Oakland. Oakland isn't the same as Jersey. They're all different atmospheres. And so when we start breaking it down, how you mentioned, like, it still rests upon us, our mind. Our mind is something else, but we are not our mind. And I just sometimes I wish that we can just see that the distance is where the time traveling comes from. It doesn't have to be literal. But when you take literally those who speak how I speak, things that we don't need nobody, we don't need nothing. Like the reality itself begins to you don't need anything, nothing at all. So the comparison and not the compassion is what divides us. We don't have to compare. What some of us know, we already know, but some of us applied it to our lifestyle a certain way that one person who thought they knew didn't, and now tell themselves they don't have the time or the effort. Then that's because the mind of that one. That's how that works, because time is made up. You make up time with your mind. Isn't that where memory goes? Isn't that where memory is stored? Or is memory in the brain? Memory is with the mind. And if we're not our mind, then our mind holds our memories. Then who are you? Okay? And so I appreciate you ladies. And Raw, Raw came through. Mr. Man, I appreciate y'all. And partner spells. But yet and still, though, even from Hades to where I'm standing, to where Amma is, to where Ocean, horizon, when we all can agree that when we step outside circles, we see like we can see it just always levels out. That's the only thing I was meaning with the symbols that I was showing. I'm not the one who shows symbols or do symbols, yet I'm the one who accused of being ritualistic. It's like crazy. Everything is always falling on me, but it's not. It's the way my mind would project it if I thought for someone else and not myself. That's what it is. So peace, complete love, and wholeness. I wish y'all for safe travels, because I know you got to get to sleep. It's dark over there, but it's day over here. See, that right there drives me to like, wow, that's interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what interests me. It really does. It really does. How you can prove so much things to be wrong just by like how it's just that quick. Just like, wow, it doesn't take us to compare our knowledge at all. Just like, look, let us observe your surroundings, your sky. That's all I want to see, is when your sun is where it's at. Because I know that we're all under a different sun. We are. But no one wants to prove that. They want to prove me wrong or send me somewhere. What does proving me wrong or sending me somewhere got to do with proving the sun is in your sky when it is at a certain time? What does that have to do with anything? It doesn't. But it appears that no matter what, the sickness will prefer to turn into disease before it heals you or itself. I appreciate y'all. I yield the floor.
Whoa. Damn, I never thought of it that way, because he dropped off. Peace to you, Dojo. Damn. Because what if, like how we said, like we're all under a different sun. It's like a different reality. Like they call it different countries, but it's, of course, in different time zones. But what if it's just a different? It's like the ripple. Damn. How do I say that? Yeah, it's like when you jump, you're on a plane and you're flying to another country. You're flying into another reality. Damn. Wait a minute.
That's exactly how me personally. I kind of look at it like that, personally, like different world, because like some of it's crazy because some of us write, right, and some of us rap, right, and some of us sing, right, and some of us draw. We all do different things in order to store like what we come across. You know what I'm saying? To align it with what we go into in our mind. Because we understand, like Doja said, we are not the mind, we are the soul. You know what I'm saying? The thing that power the mind. You know what I'm saying? So I totally agree with everything that all y'all saying, man. It's like, man, we on point. Like, you know what I'm saying? We hit it right on the head. This is what I feel like it, this is what it is. It's like a ripple. It's like a yeah, it's like a ripple, kind of like this, like a step pyramid, like, how they that's why they got the step pyramids like all over. Yeah, I'm saying, and shit like that. I felt like that's what the ancient was trying to uh show. That's one thing they had in common. Today we all have different culture, but I felt like the ancient people, they all had one culture. They all one, just like there was no separation. Today we all separate, like the Jamaican, the Haitian, the Puerto Rican, the Dominicans. You know what I'm saying? The all the this, the that. You know what I'm saying? But we all know when we come on the panel, we all speaking the same language. Though we speak the same vibes. We all attract to each other. So we should be able to share that and leave that behind and take what we have, but yet we still, you know what I'm saying, the system still keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? We still haven't passed that yet. And that, to go back to what Sister Ocean was saying, that I
Hi, to see the rest of the video, please go to Sister Amazon's channel. I'm gonna cut it right here because there is a lot of it was a good build, good exchange and everything, as you can tell from how we are talking calm, like, and we are talking about so many things. So Sister Amazon's channel to hear the rest. I will leave it right here. Um my there is a lot of gems that is spilt there, amongst the men and me and Sister Amazon, because like our cultures, though, is different, but it's just a different, another language, another way of explaining certain stuff, or another way of learning about the self, learn about how we can have solutions to the community. YouTube is one way of connecting and networking and opening up to other things, but like don't turn it into something other than, because we can actually sort a lot of stuff out on here, and you do need the spiritual community. You think is not important or whatever. There's King Higher Self as well, who is very, very, very well versed on a lot of stuff. He doesn't even look things up sometimes. He just talks, and he just talks straightforward. Mommy, I finished. Okay, he just talks straightforward, and it's always good to exchange because you learn so much. I mean, like this yesterday this happened to me. I was just aligned with something. I don't even know. Even I can't talk. Like, I stammer. Okay, I stammer a lot, and as you heard, sometimes I don't stammer. When I'm talking straight, I don't stammer on certain stuff. So as my daughter's getting antsy, I'm gonna come off. So I'll leave it right there. Just have a good day, good afternoon. Be safe wherever you are. Work on yourself. Work with people. Find a middle ground. You know what I mean? You don't have to give off lots of yourself. Just find a middle ground. Okay. So with that said, I'm going to stop. So I'm going to find my ending. I'll see you. Take care. Bye.